Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another lecture on chemical engineering thermodynamics. Today, we will study about entropy and processes. In this, we will study what are the entropy change for various processes in an ideal gas. For an ideal gas, we all know that P V bar is equal to RT, where V bar is nothing but volume per unit mole. Now, for a fixed mass of ideal gas, for a closed system, we have du is equal to dq minus p dv bar. We can write du in terms of cv dt, and we can divide the entire equation with temperature, write p as RT upon v bar, and therefore we get this resulting equation. Now, afterwards, we can remodify and rearrange the equation in this form, integrating it from the entropy limit S1 to S2, from temperature T1 to T2, and from volume V1 to V2, we get the equation S2 minus S1 is equal to Cv ln T2 by T1 plus R ln P2 by V1. So the entropy change when the temperatures and the volumes are known can be calculated using this equation. Now, what if we have pressure and temperature changes? Well, we can write the equation du is equal to dq minus pdv as dh is equal to dq plus v bar dp. Dividing the above equation and writing dh as cp dt and v bar as rt upon p and rearranging the equation, we get this equation, that is ds is equal to cp d ln t minus r d ln p. Now, integrating this equation from entropy limits S1 to S2, temperature limits T1 to T2, and pressure limits P1 to P2, we get the equation S2 minus S1 is equal to Cp ln T2 by T1 minus R ln P2 by P1. Now, the entropy of an ideal gas at pressure, any pressure and temperature. Now, how do we calculate the entropy of any fluid at any pressure and temperature? Now, we take a reference pressure and temperature where we arbitrarily fix the entropy of the fluid as 0. Now, usually the reference temperature is taken as 298 Kelvin and the reference pressure is taken as 1 bar. If we use the equation in the previous slide, that is S2 minus S1 is equal to Cp ln T2 by T1 minus R ln P2 by P1, we can write down S bar minus S1, which is fixed at 0 at 298, and pressure 1, we get this equation S minus S1, which is equal to 0, is equal to Cp ln T upon 298 minus R P by 1. Therefore, we get the entropy S of any fluid, or let's say ideal gas, any ideal fluid, as is equal to Cp ln T upon 298 minus R ln P upon 1. Now, let's take a problem to understand this further. An ideal gas undergoes a cyclic process as follows. The gas at 10 bar and 400 Kelvin expands at a constant pressure to 700 Kelvin. Then the gas isothermally expands to a pressure of 7 bar. Further, the gas is then cooled at constant volume to a pressure of 2.77 bar. The gas is finally compressed adiabatically and brought back to 10 bar at 400 Kelvin. That is, it is a cyclic process. Now, for each of the processes, let's calculate the entropy. And let's also show that for a cyclic process, the change in entropy is 0. Now this is a reversible cyclic process. Now for this reversible cyclic process, let us show that the change in entropy is 0. Now let's take process 1, 2, which is reversible and isobaric. For this, S1 minus S2 is equal to Cp ln T2 by T1 minus R ln P2 by P1. So therefore, delta S12 is nothing but 16.284. Now P2 by P1 is eliminated off because the pressure is same. The process 2-3 is a reversible process, but it's an isothermal process. Now if we apply the first equation written here, the temperature term, that is Cp ln T2 by T1, this gets cancelled off and we only get delta S 2 to 3s minus 8.314 ln 7 by 10. That is the final pressure divided by the initial pressure. And delta S23 is 2.965. For the process 3 to 4, which is a reversible isochoric process, that is the volume is the same, we use the equation S2 minus S1 is equal to Cv ln T2 by T1 plus R ln V2 by V1. Now we choose this equation because this has the volume terms, and the volume terms will now become 0 because the initial and the final volumes for the isochoric process is 0. So therefore this entire term becomes 0. Therefore we get delta S34 is equal to 20.785 ln 277 divided by 700, which is 19.269. Now if we add up, now before adding up, for the process 4-1, which is a reversible adiabatic process, delta S is 0. Now why is this? This is because the heat transaction is 0. That is, dQ for this entire process is 0. Therefore, the initial and the final entropies are the same. Now for this cycle, if we add up all the entropies, we do get it as 0. So for a reversible cyclic process, delta S is 0. Hope you have understood, and if you have any questions, write in the comments, and do subscribe my channel for such interesting problems and lectures on chemical engineering thermodynamics. Have a great day. Bye.